All right, Brian, where are you calling in from?
Me? Hi.
Hey,
I'm calling in from Michigan.
all right. So you said I run an art business and my niche is new art collectors who love nature and modern art. Is direct mail a reasonable way to get their attention? Yes. Yeah, it could be if it's the right list. If you got the right
Okay.
list of people, for sure. Yeah, that could be a
So
way to do it. Yeah.
how do I get that right list? I've been thinking there's new home listings on like recently sold listings on Zillow that I could start with that. You can do like USPS direct mail and try to find like the nicer neighborhoods. I'm not exactly sure. My idea is I send a postcard, I offer, hey, um, would you like a free art print? And when they say yes, go to my website, order it. Then I send them the art print with maybe a little pamphlet about starting your art collection.
So you're wanting to, your Island A is, I want to start an art collection, but I don't know where to begin.
More or less, yeah.
Great. Um, and why would somebody want to start an art collection?
Largely, I found, and this is, from doing some art shows and stuff like that, that there's a certain point where people they get their own place and they start to want to put actual meaningful things in there rather than posters and decor and stuff like that. Like there's an actual they want an actual connection with something real with an artist with something in their local community as well.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, okay, so let's just do a little brainstorm here. So, brainstorm for Brian. Okay, so, right. Where to find people who are wanting to start an art collection?
Yeah, I found so far that it's somewhere in like the 30 to 50 range. It's a lot of couples. Um, they are, I'm in Southeast Michigan. Art, like nature is pretty big around here, especially about the area that I live in. I found that I do reasonably well in areas that are like um, suburban, but just like kind of close to nature, like say Ann Arbor, for example.
Yeah.
Very big on nature there. And actually, I do reasonably well when I end up doing a show over there. But the idea is like I don't want to do art shows. I don't want to do as many. I did like 20 events this year, and I would like to do less. I've found that if I can get talking with somebody who's interested in the art, I can eventually, sell them some artwork. Um,
Are you
it
wanting
doesn't
to
happen at the show.
are you wanting to do this to sell your own art, or are you wanting to do this to sell your services as a coach who can help them build a collection?
Um, to sell my own art, but I'm open to advising and helping people as well because it turns out I know a lot of artists now.
Okay. Um,
It's
have you
almost like I'm a gateway drug.
Sure. Do you have any packages around coaching to help people build an art collection?
Nope, I hadn't really thought of it as a coaching thing.
Well, it just could be an interesting way to do it. Is like, look, I work with people in this area to build an art collection, and I'm also an artist, so you could be doing what I was imagining. I don't know how this would land for you, but is you reach out to some art galleries and you say, I would like to do a presentation on how to build an art collection that you promote. We'll
Hmm.
charge what, 25 bucks, 50 bucks. You keep all the money. Fundraiser for your art studio.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk to people about how to build an art collection that has these themes. And I'll be have a little slideshow, with sort of art, like, and I'll talk about local artists. I'll probably talk about some of the artists in your gallery as well, but
Hmm.
And maybe they could come up and share a few words, like thoughts on building an art collection and why would you want to do it. So topics I could imagine are uh, why have an art collection? Like, what are the advantages? What are the upsides? What are the downsides of having an art collection? How do you choose the art that's right for you? That kind of thing. Um, I could also imagine some realtors maybe wanting to host a presentation like that. But you do the presentation and you say, look, I also have art and I thought I'd give you all a free print, just a little postcard or something as a gift. Um, but then they can get it. You can also show your art. Here's some art I've done.
Hmm.
If you're interested, come talk to me about it. My guess is you would sort of, as an ancillary benefit of doing those presentations, you'd be selling your art, but then you might also get some clients who want to work with you. And I would just charge a lot for
Okay.
if you want my help, like I'll go shopping with you or I'll introduce you to artists. Here's how much it costs. But at the end of this, you're going to have an art collection. You're thrilled about your home is going to be just set up exactly the way you want it to be. But yes, then so there's lots of ideas coming in, but interior designers for sure could be hubs.
All
Uh,
right. And to approach them, I would do something similar. Like I'm an expert in building in your art collection, and would you like me to do like a talk with your
yeah,
people?
and it could be also that they just email their list. So it's sort of like direct mail, but via email
Yeah.
where it's, do you want to email your list? And you could do an online presentation, how to build your art collection. Now, if you go that way, I would give yourself 30 days and just dig deep, Google everywhere, read books, like everything you can find around building an art collection,
Yeah.
and put together a presentation you're really proud of that makes the case compellingly. Why is art a good investment? You know,
Hmm.
here's why. Um, and the other thing is, so now these are great ideas, everybody. Thanks for throwing them in. Uh, your art is, oh God, this scroll, so much scrolling. Your art is right. People who love nature art and modern art. So your art is kind of that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Here, I'm gonna post one.
cool. All right. So then the other question for me would be, where do you find people who are into, ooh, let's see, great. Do a little screen share so everyone can see. Da-da-da. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. So then the other question for hubs is where to find people into modern natural art. Right, already got one up. Bird watching groups. Yeah,
Okay.
there's going to be all sorts of nature groups who might just be interested. And again, you don't have to do a show. They might just say, hey, we just came across this artist we thought you all would like. Um, you know,
Okay.
so it could just be that. So direct mail, I just don't know too much about the postal version of it. The costs are, of course, much higher.
Sure.
Yes, you could. I don't know how well it would work of, hey, buy my art, you live in a fancy house. But if it was a presentation on, hey, you're new into this place and you want to build an art collection to deck out your house, I've got a presentation on this
Okay.
topic. Um, yeah, that could be something. But yeah, I'd be thinking about one of my favorite questions in terms of finding clients is, okay, people who are into this that I do would also be into what? Like people who would buy
Hmm.
this kind of art, they're also into what other kinds of things? And if we can make a list of the kind of things they'd be into, then we say, okay, where do we find people who are into those things? More on
Hmm.
the psychographic level. And then there's
Yes.
tons of hubs and interesting partnerships that you could have. And then you're getting directly to people who are likely going to be a fit rather than um, sort of a neighborhood work maybe, but also, building relationships with the realtors, with the interior designers, with the declutterers, the house cleaners, building those
Hmm.
relationships with those people so that they know about you and your art and they know that you can maybe help their clients build an art collection. Um, I think it'd be grand. So, anyways, those are some ideas.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, and Amber wants to connect with you too. So, in
All
the
right.
check it out.
I'll say hi.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, scrolling back up.